Hey guys, welcome to your weekly color for the collective this week. And first up, we have this beautiful color that's really grounding our week. And it is magenta over mid-tone olive. So if you remember from last week, we had so many olives in our face, really asking us to let go of all of this stuff that we're carrying around that's weighing us down, that could be causing us to feel bitter inside. And seeing this as the first bottle of this week is so inspiring because it's showing that that cleansing is happening and that we really are meeting ourselves with the truth of what's resting inside of us at this time and not ignoring it anymore because we're slowing down. And what's happening is there is this new light emerging for a new way of how we are interacting with each other in the world. So this bitterness that I'm speaking of related to the olive in the bottom, letting go of bitterness, is happening on not only an individual level, but also an ancestral level, a cultural level, a socio-political level, an entire worldly collective level. And what's happening is this virus is giving us an opportunity to move beyond a them versus us mentality. We're letting go of that bitterness, this hatred for each other that has seemed to dominate a lot of identities and the way that we view our own selves. So we're really opening up to love and this idea of what happens when we're doing so much of this heavy duty letting go. Love comes in letting go. And with that love is a new sense of sincerity. Sincerity, I feel, has been lost in the newer generation. Sincerity, I think of, older generations, older men who just have these really good values, and they're honest, they're direct, they're sincere. And I feel that there's this new sense of sincerity that is now coming up as an opportunity for us to collectively embrace together. And it's coming from this new, renewed sense of spirit, the sweetness of the olive going from bitter, marinating to sweet. That crispness, that freshness, that aliveness of olive, of living our life again and remembering what that feels like. And really starting to ground into doing that on the daily, practicing love in the daily. What does it look like to walk love in the daily? Sincerity is a lot about walking your talk, it's a lot about your words being in alignment with your actions. And this sincerity, I also think of, has sort of a softness to it, like this magenta, kind of a sweetness to it, a kindness to it that gives it some virtue, some beautiful backbone. That's what I see sincerity as. So I would love for you to ponder on this word for your week. Let's see, what other notes? The last thing I want to say is about grace. There's this really new time for us to collectively receive grace on such a big level. Awakening through grace. This virus has given us the opportunity to stop pointing the finger or blaming someone. It's giving us the opportunity to focus on love, focus on solidarity, focusing on coming together, like any natural disaster does, right? Like we come together, we say hi to our neighbors, we check in with people. Well, this opportunity, this virus being a pandemic and involving the entire world, this time we're getting an opportunity to really take this forward. When the pandemic, when the quarantines lift, when all that lifts, this way of walking Christ's walk, walking in light, this eternal light, that's really all this is, this love that we're starting to discover and remember. Walking this light as we move forward, and all of us doing this together. This is very exciting. It's very fresh. So yeah, this walking love in the daily, you know. So this walking love in the daily, walking Christ's love in the daily, walking Buddha's love in the daily, walking Kuan Yin's love in the daily. What does this walking love in the daily look like to you? What does it feel like to you? What kind of space does it look like to you? What does your time look like when you're walking this love daily? This is the new world that we're painting right now. And while, yes, there's destruction happening and people are dying, so too is a new rebirth occurring. And with all the bitterness dwindling down, washing out, a new purity is emerging. Thank you.